Hey everybody, Matt here again. Uh, Trying something new. Char-Griller was so nice to give me that XD Series Grand Champ. It really made me think, what can I do that I've never done before? Because I really want to show what this great smoker can do. Yesterday, I did a full slab, 10 pounds of bacon. I have 4 pieces that I will be snacking on while I do um, start on this brisket. Now, you may be thinking, brisket, we've all seen brisket before, um, but I'm going to do something special. Like I said, I was just racking my brain, what can do different? And I remembered, I really love a Reuben sandwich. Who doesn't love a Reuben sandwich from the deli? Um, and I, you always got to choose between corned beef and pastrami, and I really never knew the difference. So I actually went and did some research and found the difference. So you start with a brisket. So we got the brisket from Costco, USDA Prime beef. I don't know if you saw my post last week. 2.99 a pound. I couldn't pass it up, so I got a 11-pound one here. We'll be trimming that shortly, but we're going to start with corned beef. That's what I learned about. Was corned beef comes from a brisket. You brine it for or cure it for about a week to 10 days. But then pastrami, you take that corned beef and you smoke it. And that just takes it to the very next level. So I'm not going to take all the fat off that I would normally because of this process. I looked up a great recipe, and this is close to Katz, is what they call it. Katz Deli in New York. Never actually been there, but everyone says that is the best corned beef and best pastrami. So that's the recipe I'm using today. So we've got the brisket here. Real salt, Redmond's real salt. If you haven't tried this yet, you can get it on Amazon. Everyone says, "Oh, Himalayan pink salt." This is where it's at. This is pink salt. This is from deep in Utah, uh, here in America. We got Anthony's curing salt. We'll do a little bit of that. We got some distilled water. I've got a cup of brown sugar, and then some garlic and pickling spices, which is coriander, um, cinnamon, mustard seed, um, bunch of stuff in there. So, anyways, we'll mix this all together today. It's going to cure for about a week, and then once that is complete, maybe a little more than 10 days. I've heard the longer the better. But after that, then we will smoke it and have some amazing pastrami, and we'll finish up the whole process with making a Reuben on the flat iron. I'm just so excited about it. Hope you enjoy the process as much as I do. I've trimmed up the brisket. Apologies to those people out there that actually know how to trim properly. I'm still learning. We started off with 11 pounds of brisket. I've separated the tip and the flat. I'm going to see how much we have now after trimming, because that, depending on how much meat you have, changes how much salt, curing salt, and other stuff you need for the curing or brining to turn this beautiful brisket into corned beef. So, as I said, started at 11 pounds. So it looks like we've got 5 pounds of fat. I said you can render that down and make it into lard or whatnot. I still have a lot left from my last one, so we won't be doing that. So we got six, almost 7 pounds. I've got 6 pounds, 12 ounces, so almost 7 pounds of brisket. So that's good. Do a little calculation, and I'll show you how we mix the curing together. Okay, we're at the next step for making the corned beef. We have the brisket trimmed. I have my big tray with almost a gallon of water in there. And I have so I have 4 quarts here on the stove, almost at boiling. I'm going to turn that off. And I've brought it up just so it's a little easier for the salt and whatnot to dissolve, because I don't really want to put the meat in hot water, but I just heated it up the water a little bit. So I have almost a full cup of the Redmond salt. Like I said, this is really flavorful salt. It comes from salt mines, crazy enough, deep underground in Utah. So, as I was saying earlier, everyone thinks pink salt is from the Himalayas is so great. Well, have some American salt. Pink salt from Utah, even better. Okay, so we've got the salt. I've got a cup of, I've got salty fumes going up into my nose, making me cough. That is a cup of dark brown sugar. Next is 3 teaspoons of Anthony's pink curing salt. Then we have we've got 5 cloves of garlic that I smashed, cinnamon sticks, cardamom. We've got ground ginger, ground mustard. It actually calls for mustard seed. I went to 3 stores, couldn't find any mustard seed whole, so ordered that. That will be coming in the next few days for when we actually get to the pastrami section. A little bit of rye, but there goes all our pickling. You can just get pickling spices. They sell them in a pack, and then you know all what's in there. Oh, that smells good. Kind of smells like Christmas. All right, got cloves in there. That's what that is, the cinnamon and the cloves. It smells like Christmas. All right, so that looks all dissolved, all the sugar and salt. I'm going to put that in here. Make sure that's all mixed in nicely. All right, like I said, I didn't get it too hot. I use my little ThermoPro here. Nice thing about this is it switches directions, so you don't have to flip your head over. So back down to 80 degrees, so that's perfect. Don't want to cook the meat before it gets cured. All right, so I'm going to take this now, put you in your little bath. Put you in your little bath. Oh, good. Perfect. Everything is nicely submerged. And he's going to soak in there for about a week. And we'll have some corned beef. Okay. All right, we're back 12 days later. The brisket has been brining or curing in this container for 12 days. Once a day I flip it. If you remember, I separated the flat and the tip. I'm going to put this on here for just so it doesn't get stuff everywhere. And this evening, or tonight, overnight, I'm going to be putting this into just plain tap water. Since it's been curing, it's been getting a lot of salt in the meat. I'm going to pull out the extra so it's not too salty when we eat it. Got a strainer here so I don't get all the junk down the drain. But I'm going to wash this out real good, put it in about a gallon of distilled water, and then just finish it off with some tap water, again to pull out that extra salt. Tomorrow morning we will be smoking it on that XD Grand Champ. Can't wait. Good morning, everybody. We're up early. Sun's hasn't even risen yet, but Char-Griller XD Series Grand Champ's getting ready for the pastrami. Got a pan in for the drippings, pan in that will have water in it. Got my chimney going, just about ready to drop. You know what? Let's drop her. That's satisfying each and every time. All right, time has come. Fire's been going. Barrel's preheated up to 250. I really like the big shelf on the front of the XD Series. Got my big cutting board. Can fit on there. The other nice thing to realize this morning, it's got these holes to keep your probes out of the way and until you're ready to insert them. All right, let's put this bad boy on there. Let's see, right like that. Put the on there like that. All right, let's get our probes in. Got my 4-probe ThermoPro TP25, really great. It's wireless, or not wired. The probes aren't wireless, but I'm going to put 2 in the main part of the brisket. One over here in the thicker part. That. Run the wires over to the corner. And there she is. See you in a few hours. The ThermoPro TP25 can connect to your phone via Bluetooth. They have a nice app that can graph your temperatures and set alarms depending on what sort of temperature you're looking for. I had mine set at 150 for 2 of the internal probes. So the alarm just went off. Brisket's been in here for 3 hours now. Opening it for the first time to see what they look like. Oh, coming along nicely. Look at the bark forming. That is nice. You gotta forgive me. I did not ever work at Macy's doing gift wrapping. Never been that great at presents. So I just do
When
know,
cooking a brisket
want to make it
at
tight.
about 150 degrees, you get to a stall where it will just sit there and not move. So we wrap it up, keep a nice bark on there.
That'll work.
Allows the moisture to escape and helps you get through that stall.
Get the other one in there.
And you can cook your brisket a lot faster. Otherwise, you're going to add a lot more hours. So I suggest wrapping.
Great little work area, this flat iron. That is a good looking crust already. We're going to spin it. All right, number 2, back down, get the probes back inside. I know you can't see me because I didn't turn the thing, so let's turn this around so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, yes, dear, yes dear. All right, I'm gonna put the probes back in. Where'd the third one go? All right.
Alright, so the tip has reached 205 internal temp. It's not as dense as the flat, so I'm going to take that out, let it rest. This one will stay in a little bit longer until it reaches 205 internal as well. Here are a couple shots of sliced pastrami getting ready to make a sandwich. All right, this is how the day is ending. I had to pull out the umbrella. It's raining. We've been making pastrami all day, and we're about to finish with a Reuben. So excited. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much. I really enjoyed the whole process. Stay tuned for more on this channel. Like and subscribe.